I am the Supreme Patriarch.
220 years ago, the Great War against Chaos began under the rule of Emperor Magnus the Pious. All mortal lands were threatened by a tide of chaos coming from the north, and it's then that Emperor Magnus requested the presence of the great elven archmage Teclis, High Lore Master of the White Tower. Teclis recognized the threat posed by chaos and came, where together they decided that men should be taught the ways of magic. He gathered many hedge wizards and taught them how to properly control the winds of magic. The Archmage himself was present at the Battle for Kislev's Gate, where his skills contributed to the Imperial victory, something that solidified the relationship between elf and man. The priest of Sigmar once preached that all users of magic were evil, so the implementation of the colleges of magic was a radical idea that, if done at any other time, may have caused a civil war. Now we're here to talk about the Golden Crosshairs, a group of handgunners that belonged to Gelt. Gelt came across these men while they were training and was interested in inlaid golden patterns decorating their weapons. The company sergeant told Gelt that the men believed the magic imbued in gold helped them aim. Whether or not that's true, Gelt decided to conscript these men, and they now fight with magic imbued bullets, courtesy of the Supreme Patriarch. They used to be known as the Silver Bullets. Von Draken has sent out an executioner of Nuln, Theodore Bruckner, a half-Norse man. But he will die too. We will suffer no enemies today. It's time to move on. We've gained a large sum of gold. We conquered quite a few locations, and because of that, there were investors who have seen it suitable to donate to us. 6,000 more gold gained. Now let's have a look over here. If I set out, what type of battle would it be? Oh, she moved back to Nuln, meaning that I can conquer a new location. Dörrenbach will now belong to me. They have a minor garrison, so we do not need to fight that battle out. We are going to occupy it. We've gained a new trait. In fact, the very top-tiered trait from this tree. Superior Attacker. Superior generalship and battlefield acumen is needed in war. So we gain +4 to leadership when attacking. We have a larger leadership aura size when attacking and +4 to melee attack, in addition to gaining Brave. More leadership and a charge bonus too. Now Geld, you're at rank 19. So what are we going to give you? Well, we don't have a steam tank or a luminarch. We could get more of a research rate. I do like that idea quite a bit. You know what? We'll get it now because we could use that right now. Possessed of a fierce intelligence and remarkable magical skills, the youngest wizard ever to become Patriarch of the Golden College is known and feared throughout the land. We can also get more battle wizards if we want to, and their actions will be cheaper for us to use. Now that we're here, she only has one location under her control, and over at Hornhold, there is a rebellion that we need to deal with. The goblins are close by. Thankfully, Clan Angrun has distracted them, but I don't know how long they're going to be weakened. We could pick up a new right. They're not cheap, so we're going to wait for that too. Okay. Keep on attacking if you don't mind. Right now, Jean, it's about time for you to go fight some beastmen. General Jean Furenberg II, a child of a great hero who unfortunately had to sacrifice his life for a much greater cause, for a noble reason. Impurities are not allowed in the Empire. Steingart, we could build up your walls right now. We have the money for it, or we can build something new over here. If we build something new over here, we could get war wagons, though I would like a wizard's conclave, but even having a warrior priest or some manner of captain would be ideal. In fact, I do want a captain. But for now, let's build up those walls, because we need to make sure that every location we own is well defended. Then later we can work on getting that higher tiered barracks. Okay, we've done all that we can for right now, so now we need to end our turn. But before we do so, let's check on diplomacy and find out if there's really anything that we can do right now. No, there's really not. Reichland does like me. Good. Karl Franz should like us. Now we can travel into his lands and he can travel into our lands. I wonder, they don't want a non-aggression pact, but if I can avoid fighting the Wood Elves, I mean, that would be ideal for everyone here. It's a war I won't need to waste my time on. Okay, the Crooked Moon is looking to be rather weak right now. So what we can do, we can end our turn as I said before. Hopefully we can make it over here in time to destroy those beastmen. It might not be easy, but we'll try our best. And when we're able to, we'll head over here to take Nuln. Though taking Nuln may not be easy, we'll give it our best shot. She's rank 14 and very powerful. She's got a witch hunter and 2 captains. It looks like right now we have another incursion. Even though we have not expanded too quickly, we have many enemies to deal with, orcs and greenskins too. Gotrek and Felix, the traveling adventurers. Recent conversation in a local tavern has been centered around a pair of powerful mercenaries rumored to be traveling through nearby provinces. The famous dwarf slayer known as Gotrek Gurnison and his human companion and chronicler, Felix Jaeger. Some in the Empire consider Gotrek and Felix to be outlaws, but the duo are known to have slain some of the most insurmountable adversaries known to the forces of order. Should they be persuaded to join your cause, they would be truly formidable allies. Well, we could use some help. We really could. Now let's go. Again, it won't be easy, but we'll give it our best shot. I would have a lot more gold if I didn't have to pay for a new army, but I do. Can I give you a new unit? I can. Sterling's Revenge. Take that, you could use it. And I can get some new units too. They've got to be cheap. I only have so much gold to utilize. Swordsmen would be way too much. Spearmen are a bit cheaper. Oh, it's going to be a challenge for sure. We'll take 2 groups or 3 groups of halberds. There we are. Now what we can do, we can march on. I know it won't be easy, but we need to go fight. We'll go take Nuln right now. If we do that, our power will expand greatly. Oh boy, they've got 3 mortars, or 3 groups of mortars, a few regiments. They've got magic too. Again, she's very powerful. Great swords, halberds, handgunners, a lot of ranged units, which might actually work to my advantage. We will need siege towers. I can't use my artillery to just beat them outright, so we'll do what we can to beat her. And while we're doing that, let's have a look around here. Okay, Clan Angron is heading towards Karak Nord. If they would like to take that location, so be it. I've got a job to do. And after we beat these enemies, what we could potentially do, we could move over here to Hornhold and hire those 2. These 2 can come join us, Gotrek and Felix. I feel like that would be a fun call. And who knows, maybe she'll come out to attack me. I believe that she might. Let's find out now. It's really time right now to destroy Von Draken. She has too much power in Nuln, and she cares only for it. Now, Gelt is going to fly into combat. We have a large enemy army to worry about. They even have a steam tank. We're looking at swordsmen, handgunners, crossbows, mortars, and a witch hunter. Von Draken herself is over here. Again, thankfully she doesn't have her dragon, or things would be dramatically different for all of us. But there she is. Here comes Gelt. But we have more enemies to worry about, another reinforcing army, swordsmen, more handgunners, and others. That mortar crew's got to go. Gelt has already been shot at. They've injured him. But he's a daring sort, and he's here to win a battle. If you want to have a great victory, sometimes you need to put everything on the table. Here's our units right over here. We'll be holding up before the hill. I could either go on top of the hill, but I don't have time for that, so if I go below the hill, whenever they crest it, my ranged units will have an easy time hitting them. There's another Searing Doom to damage that mortar crew, and Golden Hounds over here to further damage the reinforcing army that's on the way. To weaken them will help out our forces later on whenever they come to help out. There's only 3 mortars left. Here comes another Searing Doom again. That crew needs to die. Just like Von Draken needs to. So here comes the main army now. We already have some knights who have charged in. They've killed a few. Gelt has killed over 60. Here comes more of them. Whatever we do right now, we just have to focus on enemies who are advancing towards us. We have some spearmen countering their knights. And let me tell you, we have fought 21 battles. We're in battle number 22. We should hopefully get a chance after beating Nuln to finally rest up and build up our lands a little bit. I want Solland to become powerful, and I can't do that until I get a chance to invest into it. But here they come. All the while, Gelt is continuing to harass our foes, using another Golden Hounds of Gehenna to damage the reinforcing army that's on the way. Without his damages, who knows where we would be. He's killed 152. Here comes another Searing Doom, killing potentially dozens more of these men. Let's go ahead and zoom out real quick and look at the battle. You can see they're all hitting in one location. That steam tank is here, sure, but we have our handgunners who are currently delivering deadly volley after deadly volley. If you haven't seen the tank, it's quite beautiful. Terrifying, I might add. Very terrifying. Let's go back to our battles now. The mortar's working overtime, attempting to hit some enemies. We've got an Empire Captain close by. Over here, we're using a glittering robe to help out our Solland's shields. We have more infantry over here, a Halberdier's regiment that's still being hit. A regiment has more men than a standard group. So if you have a regiment of swordsmen, they'll have 200 rather than 120 men. Here's Gelt at 156 kills still. Just kind of waiting right now. And using spells where needed. These great swords are a huge problem for sure. And pretty soon they're going to be damaged, hopefully. There's our Searing Doom. Over here on the right flank, we still have our spears handling those knights. On the left flank, that steam tank is finally done for. It took a lot of ranged attacks, but we have demolished it. One day, we can repair it and use it. We've used a transmutation of lead to debuff our enemies, and now the men of Solland hold well. You can see how many they're bringing in and how we're just trying to hold the line right now. Our infantry is taking quite a bit of damage. We have some ranged attacks hitting their formation. Over here is a group of great swords. They've been debuffed too. They have 27 kills. If we look around the map right now, our outriders, while we've been busy, have been taking out those other mortar crews. Steingard's Pride has destroyed one crew. Here comes another one. Some may be maimed, some may be wounded, but they're not going to lose the battle now. And so there goes another mortar crew. 2 out of 3 gone. Gelt took care of one, though they still have 2 left. Well, he took care of most of it. Von Draken is still close by, and you can see that their infantry is not really budging, even though we keep on casting Searing Doom after Searing Doom. Our ranged units are still trying to destroy their handgunners, and our mortar is helping out with that as well. Over here we have Outriders who have only 8 kills. Over here is a Witch Hunter, Ludwig van Sighofen, and here comes another spell by Gelt. It's always time to use spells on our foes. That's how we damage all of them. If we look at where our handgunners are at, they're over here busy being attacked by an Empire Captain. They have 42 kills total. Over here is the Golden Line. They're at 58 kills. They're fighting a group of halberds as well and a group of swordsmen. They're winning the battle. The White Wolves are close by. They're at over 40 kills. We have the Short Shafts close by at over 50 kills. So they've done a pretty good job at winning. Our crossbows have more kills. Their range is better and they're focusing on enemy ranged units. They still have 2 groups of crossbows. We're beginning to break many of their infantry units. Von Draken is close by. She's not breaking. A few of her units are beginning to falter, even though we have already lost a lot of infantry men. And here they are. Searing Dooms constantly pelting them. One regiment is now broken. On the right flank, we're no longer dealing with those knights. We have a group, a second company of Solland's Braves, who have only, how many? 35 men left. Our ranged units are now moving on to the right flank. Our archers are getting ready to finish off any enemies who are currently fleeing. It looks like a majority of their army is now gone, but it's time for Gelt to handle only one more enemy while we continue to fight. After he takes out that enemy captain, it'll be time to go after Von Draken. And so Gelt is taking down one Empire Captain. It's time to kill him. Or maybe we can execute him. Your betrayal has been seen. They've broken now, and he's dead. If we look at it, we've done it. We managed to beat their army. Von Draken is gone. She was already greatly weakened. You can see that our infantry units are barely holding on. Keep in mind, Gelt is at a very high level. We have fought over 20 battles. He's a veteran. We fought the Goblin Wars till the very end, though now the Crooked Moon tribe is pretty much done for. So we have won the battle for Nuln. We may now move on. That was a very close battle. A lot of our infantrymen died, and thanks to the efforts of Steingard's Pride, and our handgunners too, we were able to win. We took out their steam tank early on. And we were able to nullify all 3 groups of mortars. They had no batteries to hit us with. Now we're going to take replenishment 10% because we need it. Unfortunately, the second company of our Sikh Helm's veterans were wiped out in that battle. I'm sure whatever, we can find of the wounded, we will one day rally them back to our cause. No matter the cost, we need to win quickly. That way we can recuperate and head back home in order to liberate our people from the, deviations that have occurred there. The cover-up. It has come to the attention of another elector that you were a target of bribery many years ago, having taken a vast payment from the Merchant Guild early in your tenure. In return, you lobbied against tightened regulations on their businesses and were not the only head of state to ever have done so. The elector has proof of your acceptance of the Merchant Guild's gold. Although a minor blot on your past, he is threatening to reveal the evidence to the other electors unless you give him considerable compensation. It may be ancient history, but the information will surely cause the other electors to question your character and place amongst their number. Fortunately, I do have a lot of prestige. Arrange political favors. There we are. All of your heroes are dead, Nuln, all but one. Oh, I know, they're here. We'll be back, don't fret. Okay, Jean, you'll begin your new career.
No peace.
And I wonder, what can I do now? I could wait them out. We still do need our siege tower. Von Draken was wounded, so now we only have one group to worry about. They're led by who? Stieg Hart. And one Empire captain. Okay. We will need to fight it out because I would lose way too many otherwise. Clan Angren, did you win your battle? Not quite, but you did hold them off. Okay, good. Okay, Hornhold, what do you need? We could use an iron smelter. Sure, that's more money. More weapon strength too. What's over here? A tavern for more public order. Sure, we're gonna need that later. And over here in Fildorf, well, we need more money again. Before we do anything, let's come over here to find a battle. It's way too minor of a battle for me to want to find it out. But then again, I wonder how many I would lose. Huh, we'll try it out. Yeah, more than I would have liked, but now we can move on. It's only a small army, and I have fought much larger battles before. We'll combine who we have. At rank 2, we'll give Jean Fierenberg a pointed to round marcher. We need him to be able to move further. Oh, that is a lot of beastmen. I hope that we have the numbers to beat them. I think we do, but we're going to find out. Okay. Now we don't need to worry about that. We've done all that we can. The Graveyard Rose. Oh, look at that. Winds of Magic starting amount plus 10 to our Lord's army. And faction-wide, we get even more of a research rate. Even better. Okay, let's read our little fluff description. Because we did defeat Von Draken, we might as well celebrate it. Her death magic, magic talismans, and mystical artifacts have counted for naught in the face of superior arms. And magic. Unfortunately, a negative event has popped up. Unseasonable weather. Now we're going to lose replenishment for 3 turns. Our recruitment cost goes down by 50%. Jean Fierenberg is not going to lead an army right now. I got rid of his units only because I need some income. If I don't get any income, I won't be able to improve my lands. And if I don't do that, it'll take longer for me to make more money. And thankfully, we have friendly dwarfs nearby. Delid Truai came by to kill off that beastman army. I do appreciate that. Now, if I hire you two, I might as well. Let's do it. Who knows what trouble they might get into, or they might not. You have managed to meet the legendary duo, Gotrek and Felix, while they travel through the province. Over some tankards of ale, Gotrek reveals to you that he is seeking the most heroic death possible. Felix suggests that he and Gotrek join your cause. The Slayer seems unenthusiastic at first, but is soon persuaded that you can help him achieve the great doom he craves. Felix tells you privately that, really, he welcomes the safety and numbers our forces will provide. Well, it's only Jean, but sure, come on.
Got a bit hairy there, my lad, but you fought well.
How should I put this? An adventure-filled nightmare, or a nightmarish adventure?
He's been through so much. Alright, so you two can come join me now.
You're going to fight.
Let's go right over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a tier 3 building over in Faldorf only because it's very cheap. A weaving house will only cost you 750. You get 250 per turn. I need a lot more money. Now, I was going to march into Nuln, but we've already beaten their major army and I would like to move on. I think they're pretty much done with here, so we're just going to auto-resolve that one. We lost over 500. Now we can occupy Nuln. Goodbye, Stig. We've gained an obsidian amulet. This jet black amulet is said to contain a bound djinn who will deflect enemy magic. We've unlocked a group of Tattersouls, not bad, and Zentler's Reichsguard. When I have more time and money and a build for them, I'll build them. Okay, good. We do begin with our Nuln Cannon Foundry. It's a great special landmark. Right over here. The foundry districts of Nuln are full of choking soot as the forges burn night and day, churning out Imperial artillery. So we get what? Minus 5% to upkeep for all artillery units. Not bad. A +2 recruit rank for artillery units. +3 to mortars, +2 to Hellstorm rocket batteries, and +3 to great cannons for our capacity. Artillery sounds good. That'll be for Jean Fierenberg whenever we build up his proper army. Speaking of, we need a new Elector Count. We'll be able to unlock the Deliverance, a steam tank that is quite, well, proficient at killing, and they've got a crew that's able to play the banjo. Okay, here's a Bloodbringer, one of the 12 magical swords belonging to the Empire's Elector Counts. Bloodbringer is a mighty blade befitting Wissenland's important status as the center of Imperial arms production. So we'll have that as well. And that will belong to our good buddy over here, Jean Fierenberg. There we are. He gains a trait, Elector Count of Wissenland. Wissenland's Elector Count considers the majority of governmental matters, including its people's welfare, to be beneath them, concentrating instead on maximizing production and profits from the Imperial Foundry at Nuln. So he'll gain 40% missile resistance, plus 10% missile damage for artillery units in his own army, a +2 recruit rank, and minus 5% to upkeep for Imperial supply units for all armies faction-wide. Well, there we go. When we have more money, we're going to build him a proper artillery army. Okay, here's a tavern that I could build up. What about over here? No, we're doing fine. Okay, Gelt, let's put a point over into new formulations. +12 to missile damage and ammunition for pistoliers, free company militia, outriders, and handgunner units. Not bad at all. Now you'll wait at Nuln, host Festag because we could use more public order. Ah, there is a shrine to Sigmar. We'll take one warrior priest because we need an agent to travel around the world for us. Gelt's quests are very far away. They're quite hard to get to. At least 2 of them are. We'll call you the priest until we know your true identity, your backstory and name. And while you're here, that'll be it. Let's get rid of our shrine for now. We'll keep the Tailor's Guild. That's 500 more gold that I could use. And we'll probably build something else over here. Now, I'm going to move my recruitment centers over to Wissenberg. Let's do that. Or we can wait until we get one location up to tier 3. Yeah, I'll do that instead. That'll work out. That way we can get rid of our blacksmith over here. We could keep the rally field. I've got to keep my Tailor's Guild because I need the money, so we'll just switch it over to a bigger province like Wissenland. A new event. Talbeck-Linn has come under attack from Skaven in the region of Krugenheim and are appealing to you for military assistance. Okay, I could spend my prestige or I can spend my money. Currently, they have 9 fealty. At 10, we could get them to confederate with us. We might end up doing that very soon. I mean, sure, it would be a bit out there, but at the very least, I would have more land that wouldn't belong to Reikland alone. All right, let's go hire some nearby mercenaries. I've got the points for it. They're not going to make me fight it out. It's a much bigger army than I thought we would get. Wow. Yeah, they have a bigger army. Mine's pretty decent. I suppose we could fight it out. I mean, the balance of power is in our favor, but if you look at it, they've got a big and powerful army. Let's go see if we can win that if we actually fight it out. Skaven are now here, attempting to take this city. Bipedal ratmen. We can scarcely believe it, but they are indeed here. Now it's time for our forces to rally to help out these brave defenders. There are many blade claw catapults who will destroy these poor men standing on the walls. Handgunners are delivering some punishing attacks onto these ratmen and other units. though it looks like they're largely focused on that helping abomination. I do not blame them. If I had a gun, I'd shoot at it too. It's going to be a pretty deadly battle. Hopefully we can help them win. If we can, we're going to be in trouble. But we came to their aid. If we continue to aid every single leader of the Empire through their times of need, eventually many will join us. We will need more Imperial authority to make that happen. But who knows, maybe Gelt will rival the power of Emperor Karl Franz. I'm not sure what we'll do with him yet. I suppose we should keep his friendship. Let's have a look around here real quick. If we zoom out, you can see where our allies are defending. They're all over. They even have a mortar. My units are now moving up. Our goal is to wound and damage whatever we can, and of course to plug up any holes in their defenses. These mortars are continuing to deliver some attacks. Their rats are climbing up onto the walls. Eventually they're going to break through the walls. I mean, they have all of that artillery, so it's very likely that we're about to see many of our friends die, many more. Look at the halberds already. They've been torn apart. There's very few of them left. You can see the difference whenever our allies defend versus when we defend. It is very, very different. What happens and how it all plays out. Of course, having two groups of enemy artillery is quite a challenge. I would still lose a lot. That much is true. The rat ogres are now moving in with a hell pit abomination. They're coming to attack. So what are we doing right now? Well, we're moving out a little bit. It's time for some handgunners to kill some rat men. Normally we don't get to do things like this, but tactically we could do a bit more whenever we have allies who are being commanded by someone else. I get to run right out. So what's going to happen to these rat men? Well, we're going to shoot them. A lot of them. Much like that. If they begin to run, even better. Here comes another group right behind them. The rats are coming. So are the bullets. Two groups delivering volley after volley. Swordsmen are moving in to take their place, keeping them well alive and well defended. While they're being attacked, while we weaken those two, we can look at what's happening in our town square. Rat ogres again have moved in. Their artillery crew is not going to be in a good position to defend. Let's have a look at what is happening over here. They have outriders, no kills at all. Their captain is winded, no kills either. Night runners have made it inside too. You can see the balance of power is in their favor. These rat ogres are currently attacking halberds. They've already killed 55 men. These clan rats have killed 17. They've taken over everything, and so many Imperials have died without actually giving a proper fight in response. If we look over here, our handgunners have eliminated many of these rat men who were trying to enter their walls. I'm sure they'll be back, but we broke them for now. 45 kills for one group. For the other group, 23 kills. Inside, we're looking at more men like swordsmen. The General of the Empire that we have here, he'll be defending. We have some allied swordsmen close by. They're trying their best. I know they'll want to join me. I don't want them to join me yet, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to expand too quickly. If they're still alive later, then great. But I also don't want to be opened up to new areas. I don't want to be exposed to Norska. I don't want to be exposed to places where I can't focus all of my attention. The way that I like to play, the way that I like to plan my strategies, I like to focus on one area at a time. So, even if we win here, and we get to 10 fealty and they want to confederate, we'll push it off for a while. If we can take over Averland first, that would be even better. Also, it'll cost me 3 Imperial authority. I would like to get twice that. That way, whenever I spend 3, I'll still have 3 left. But no, I want Averland or Stirland first. So our infantry is now moving to the town square. We have some more handgunners moving in. Our other handgunners are, what? Doing pretty well. They're just getting into position right now. If we zoom out right now and have a look at the battle, you can see that we have few allies left. They're somehow holding on. I have no idea. They've broken and they've come back. The mortar crew was taken out. They got 85 kills. Our infantry, unfortunately, is going to be in a big blob fight where they've got to take on the larger creatures. But they're coming now. They've already been hit by a charge from the rat ogres. It's time to scrap a little bit. And while we do that, it's also time to use our handgunners. These handgunners are fighting in the streets, which is where our enemies are stuck at. Now they're going to have to move towards us. They're going to have to charge in and potentially be killed by what we have presented here. There he goes. Despite losing allies, we're delivering some punishing attacks. That should be sufficient. If anyone comes our way, we'll just shoot them. Much like that. Some of their artillery attacks will land, sure. Now they're sending in more infantry, but we have so many fresh companies of men, it might make the dramatic difference. Initially, the general was going after that Hell Pit Abomination, but now he's moving towards another target. Their leader, their warlord, has been gravely wounded. He's nearly done for. If we can get rid of that warlord, they'll begin to break. He's not quite cut down, but he's close to being cut down. We just need him to die. Kind of hard to make him out, but he's definitely there, running through. Look at that cleaver. What a blade. He's going away now. These rats are still operating, trying to learn what to do. If we go look at our kills for that group, they're at 68 kills. We have another group of handgunners who are moving up. They're going to attack anyone they can. That Hell Pit Abomination finally was destroyed. A bunch of Skaven slaves popped out of it, but we got rid of that blasted Hell Pit Abomination. That construct is no more. But we do get to fight in the middle of its corpse. Despite all of the losses, our general is now charging back in. He's not done fighting. And over here, our handgunners. They're at 75 kills. They've gotten a lot. There's a small group of crossbows right behind them, only 20 left. They have 31 kills, so they've done okay too. And it looks like we're beginning to shift things slightly. Anyone who comes over here is just going to be shot by those handgunners, and it's a great way to deliver just a grievous wound onto their group. So here they come again. Just waiting on them to get shot. There we go. And so they drop. At least a few of them drop. They're still charging. They have, what, 114 left? They're being hit by another volley. They have 108 left. They're wavering. Only 14 leadership. Hopefully that'll go down. Our poor handgunners are now fighting in melee. And over here we have more handgunners too at 47 kills. They're going after rad ogres and other prominent targets. Our infantry are now able to move out slightly. We're still fighting a lot of rats. I mean, they were still wounded a lot. If we weren't here, then certainly our allies would have lost the battle. Rat ogres are running away. They lost their leader too. Losing their leader, I mean, clearly their leadership is going to collapse now. Skaven needs some strong leader to tell them what to do. They're just a bunch of rats. Empire Captain is still here. He only had 1 kill, but of course he was fighting a lot. We have some halberds still fighting, 24 kills. Or sorry, 31 kills, but they have, what, 24 men? The handgunners have done alright. They're at 108 kills. They broke that group. This clan rats are done for. Now we're moving our handgunners up to go shoot other units like this group of storm vermin. We've killed 60 Imperials. It's time to shoot them too. You know where everyone's at. Tactically, you know what I'm doing. I'm just attempting to stomp these enemies before they eradicate us in the square. The handgunners are moving up. The rats are now beginning to break. We still have handgunners back here. They've been hit by some artillery attacks. We're looking at 56 kills right now. One last mortar, all gone, I suppose. But the rats are now breaking. They're done for. We've won the battle. They've all broken. Those who are left are just about to break. They're charging into my handgunners. We see the balance of power begin to shift into our favor as more of them begin to either die or break. Looks like they're going now. Who's left? Night Runners. 79 kills. It's incredible how many we lost here. We had nearly 2,000 men. We're at 719. We zoom out and see the carnage. Most of our units were heavily damaged. Now it's time to push out whatever's here. It's not too much. It's a few fragments of groups. Now, those handgunners were instrumental in that victory. Now, over here, we have handgunners here moving up to go shoot down at their crews for their Plague Claw catapults. 88 kills. I don't know how many the other one has. 109 kills. Swordsmen are charging out, pushing out these clan rats too. Victory is about to be here. Okay, now they've all broken. We've won. It's over. They're safe. You're welcome. Confederation offered. Great strides have been made in your relationship with the state of Telebicklin of late. Their elected count, Helmut Feuerbach, has approached you with an offer of Confederation. Now, I would normally pick it up, but I'm not going to, and I'll tell you why. Because I want Stirland and Averlin. I've got to think about my future borders. I'll be right in the middle of the Empire, and who knows what issues will crop up because of that. So for now, we'll deny them. Also, I would like to keep my Imperial authority up. Currently, it's at 3. If I say sure, it'll go down to 0. And we're not too far from being able to pick up another, county. Averlin likes me a lot. I would much rather pick up their land because I want to destroy Sylvania. And I'll tell you why. Because if we beat him, then we can unlock a bunch of other things over here. We can finally get a new elector count of Sylvania who's loyal. We can get Stalberg's letter. And over here, the Knights of More, which I'll look at, in more detail later on. So no, we're not going to take it from them. But now we're at 4 Imperial authority. Good. Gelt is on his way down. No rebellion down here. Very good. But we do need to hill up. So Jean, you can move out. Gelt can move in. Fildorf, you need to make me more money. All of you need to make me more money. Wissenberg will upgrade you to tier 3. And we'll get rid of that tap room. I could use a barracks over there instead. And I can recruit a new captain. But first, I should probably pick up Imperial Steel. +3 to my hero recruit rank. It's a really good right to use. Now we'll have a decent captain. But I need one more turn in order to have the money to recruit him. While we do that, the priest will keep on moving because we need to unlock more missions in order for Gelt to get his relics, his special equipment. Okay, Solland. I don't have the money to invest in what I want to yet, so we'll need to wait. The gods are angry. Then I must be doing my job right. We'll take a tribute. That way we'll gain +4 to public order for 5 turns. A good way to keep the people pacified, and the gods too. Okay, now we can bring up Gelt in maybe 1 or 2 more turns. He doesn't really have the numbers yet. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for him to heal up. While he's healing up, I suppose we could begin to recruit a new army for Jean. I finally have the funds for it. Mostly. We'll bring him back over here to Faldorf. Gotrek and Felix will be joining me in combat very soon. Yeah, Gelt, I'll give you like maybe 2 more turns. Then he'll be ready to come over here to Krok Norn. It also depends if Clan Angrund loses the battle. Rank at 8. Wow, your Quarlers are very talented. Now we can pick up our new captain. Who are we going to pick up? A 10% charge bonus, my god. We'll take it. In fact, I can have more than 1 captain. I do want 2 of them. That's fair. I don't know why we have so many one-eyed men here. Wait, hold on. Alright, so let's make you proficient in combat, but also wounding. Because I need you to wound someone. Then we'll put 2 points, 3 points over into hard to hit. I don't want you to have a mount yet. And we'll bring him over to the east. And we just need 1 more captain. Alright, so you don't have a helmet, correct? You do not. Let's pick up one that does. +4 to public order in a local area, not bad. Another really good captain. Yeah, we'll have you go out there as well. 3 points into hard to hit. I like whenever they're able to stay in a battle for a long period of time. There we go. That way we'll have 1 for Jean and 1 for Gelt. And over here, we've got to pick up either a guardhouse or maybe that rally field or a training field. We'll take that training field At rank 3, we'll pick up our guardhouse. Now, I also don't want to pick up Tabletop because I could potentially have a war with the Wood Elves. They love fighting me. They love going after my allies. I don't really trust them, and they probably need to die anyway. Our new captain, Captain Marcus Orcsbane, was able to wound an enemy necromancer. Good. Now we've completed another mission, another quest. We have a new one. We need to recruit a battle wizard. The information received indicates that the intrusions are connected with a search for a magical amulet, believed to have been buried in the tomb of a powerful lord centuries ago. The fact that the enemy are searching over a large area and in libraries as well as tombs suggests that they are yet to discover the amulet's precise location. However, they seem to be concentrating their efforts within the eastern realms, and this provides a clue. Gelt advises the Emperor that the search would best be orchestrated by the Colleges of Magic. That'll take time, but we have another mission completed. Now we just need to move a few characters up north. Okay, our priest will take care of those two. Now our captains can move back. They can move back to come help us out. Come on down, Weber. It's your turn to help out. Oh, there we go. All done. Another quest completed for the staff of Volans. Now we just need to win the battle at High Pass. Gelt's contact reports that the recent storms are almost certainly due to the activities of a Chaos host rumored to be attempting the conjuration of the mighty dragon ogre Shoggoth, Kulik Suneater, the so-called Herald of the Tempest, somewhere high in the southernmost tip of the World's Edge Mountains. Gelt persuades the Emperor that this represents a threat to the Empire. If I win it, I'll gain 200 prestige. I do need more prestige. Oh, it's a large Chaos war host. A very difficult one, too. Alright, now just come over here, to the east. Telebeklan, you own Fort Jakova? Have you been fighting Kislev? Ostlund took over Kislev. Oh boy. That is an interesting turn of events. Now, Marcus, I want you to pick up Hold the Line. +5 to melee defense and +4 to leadership for nearby allies. That is a great thing to have. Okay, Gelt, it's about time for you to go into battle. You've got one more turn, then you'll be ready. I gave him the Deliverance, a steam tank. A very powerful one at that. What do we have over here? Emergency Vent. Okay. -8 to leadership for our enemies. Overcharged weapons. We've got over here full steam ahead. Kaboom. A bunch of things here, for sure. It's unbreakable, causes fear and terror. We're going to need that for sure. I might even move Felix into his army for that battle, but I haven't really decided on what I'm going to do with that yet. Now for Faldorf, we're still not done. And right now, we're bringing up Jean over to Doternbach. That way, he'll be able to recruit some new units. He needs to. Alright, now what are we going to have you pick up? Well, you do need a Hellstorm rocket battery. I do agree with that. So take that. You'll need a great cannon. You know who you are. We could take up a mortar as well. I mean, all of these will be quite expensive, but they'll be great for him to have. Free Company Militia, not as needed. But I think that'll do for artillery for right now. And later we'll give him that Deliverance steam tank, but not right now. Della True Eye's having a bad time. All of his men are dead, but Ulfar Ulik. Ouch. That's gonna hurt, man. I feel pretty bad for you. I'm very sorry that you lost pretty much everything. Alright, so over here we'll get a Wizard's Conclave in order to complete that other quest. I'm trying to get this done quickly because I want my items. We're at a very high level. I just need to pick up my items now. And over here we'll pick up a guardhouse. Later I'll change it up to get our, I believe it's what? Yeah. Marble. I'll pick that up later. But right now we have a need for what we currently are trying to pick up. But anyway, one more turn and we'll be in that battle.
Men of the Empire, I am no warrior priest blessed with the gift of making grand speeches. I am no orator, that is true. But I am not a cold man, despite this mask, frozen in its stern aspect. What we do this day is not just some plot to gain favor for the mantle of Supreme Patriarch. No, there is much more at risk. If the Mountain God awakes, if Sun Eater is roused from his ancient slumber, all that we hold precious is doomed. We must stop the summoning, and stop it now!
Our enemies are here now. Chaos is coming. Our outriders are already delivering some damaging attacks over to these trolls. Our mortars are hitting too, but mortars are not nearly as effectual fighting heavily armored Norsemen who have become Chaos Warriors. If we were fighting Norska, that would be one thing, but these are anointed knights of chaos, chosen of chaos. I have not fought them for an age, but here they come now, delivering spear and sword into our ranks. We're here to prevent that blasted ogre from arriving, that Shoggoth. Gelt is continuing to buff up units. You can see our formation right now. We have spears on the front lines, halberds on the right flank. We have swordsmen behind and our great swords, in addition to all of our ranged units right behind. We couldn't quite make it up to that hill in time. We have our steam tank Deliverance now fighting for us. Our outriders, Steingart's Pride, is close by, and we're doing whatever we can to weaken our foes using an amber trance to break that group of trolls. And right now, we're just using a transmutation of lead to further reduce their damage and melee attack. On the right flank, again, we have spears and halberds all fighting together, attempting to staunch any type of breach in our line. And so more and more magic is being used. That Chaos Giant is now gone. With a few focused volleys, we were able to bring it down. Giants used to be terrifying, no longer. Here comes another charge of knights. Even if you have spears, Chaos Knights are still so powerful that they can deliver a lot of damage to that group. Now let's have a look at what else they have here. Our Deliverance has a few kills. Our Outriders are still moving out. The goal is to always use our Outriders to kill their trolls. Outriders feel so good. They're one of my favorite units to use. Unfortunately, they're being hit there. Our Deliverance can hold back any enemy foe. Let's go look at the main fight. It's a pocket right over here. We're trying to use magic into everything to break them, but they have high armor and they can shrug off a few of our attacks, even if we do get to weaken them. Here comes more trolls. They break, but then they come back. Let's have a look at it. Again, another transmutation of lead. Gelt is using spellcasting. He's charging in too, trying to help deflect some of these attacks here. On the right flank, we're also fighting some chosen. Some ranged attacks did weaken them. They are using two-handed weapons, but my god, look at them. Fortunately, we have a veteran army, but that man was just beheaded. He was just cut down in the prime of his life. A defender of Solland, now fighting up in the north, far, far from home. If we look at the battle right now, you can see all of my ranged units attempting to weaken that big blob of soldiers. We have a steam tank still charging out there, using its special ability, overcharge weapons, giving him more range and reload skill, and freezing his vigor, attacking some chosen who are coming up to it. They're now breaking. The steam tank has done it. Another attack. And another one, sending one of them flying away. Steam tanks are effective. 42 kills for that steam tank. Another transmutation of lead. Because we're trying to get our infantry to live. They're getting slaughtered right now. We're just trying to keep them all up. Using spellcasting, using the glittering robe upgrade. Here comes another charge from their knights. It's time to get into formation. And they're in. They were stopped. It looks like we have been able to deflect them. They're beginning to break now. We've won the battle. It is over. We won. That was a brutal battle. They killed a lot of our soldiers. Fortunately, we were able to hold on, but it's only due to the fact that we were able to kill just enough of their units. I mean, if they held out a little bit longer, they would have killed a lot more of my infantry. The trolls were breaking. We took out their giant pretty early on. The knights are always devastating. One army defeated. Thank you, Gelt. We kept using every buff that Gelt had during that battle. 3,000 gold, 200 prestige gained. I've got another battle to fight, Staff of Olin's Bloodpine Woods. The Wildstorm activity around the battle site yields a lodestone of magnificent proportions. Satisfied with his bounty, Gelt retraces his steps to Altdorf, confident that this will see off Orr's challenge. The rival light wizard, however, has other ideas. He ambushes Gelt with a ferocious eldritch battle ensues. There we go. Alright, so we need to find him next. That should be delightful. Now it's time for Gelt to move down here to Fildorf. We need him to go patch things up. Go Trick, you can move into the Golden Hold. And we could upgrade the golden hole too. Before I do that though, I would like to get more units over here for Jean Feurenberg. And we have more captains to bring over to the west. No, I do not want them to wait over there. Not right now. We're very busy with what we're doing currently. One day, Averlin will join me and we'll have more power because of it. Time to unlock another quest. We just have to move about right over here. There we go. Okay. Cloak of Molten Metal. Broken Leg Goalie. With a route scout at the head, Gelt sets out for Broken Leg Goalie to claim the Gromrail for his own. The dwarves can keep their secrets. Gelt will discover the means himself. 3,000 gold and 200 prestige. A large orc army. That should be fun, but we need to heal up first. We can't actually get over there. Now, I'm not going to keep him, and I'll tell you why. Later, I'm going to be able to pick up some technology that is going to give me a much higher leveled warrior priest. That's what I want. So until we get there, I don't really want him. I need to get Clergy of Sigmar. Rank 4 is much better. And I'll wait on a witch hunter for that too. 3 turns to go, then we'll have continuous production, providing more money for me and cheaper buildings. Interchangeable parts and constant work shifts ensure production targets are met or even exceeded. That's what happens when you have a very intelligent man in charge of your land. Okay, good trick. You can wait here. Gelt's going to move over here to Faldorf in order to replenish quickly. Then we can go fight that light wizard or even the orcs. I mean, there's a lot that I need to fight. Over here in Nuln, what do we need? More money, you say? You're right about that. Let's take it. A tailor's guild. Later, we'll get our barracks. Gelt went up in rank again. He's currently ranked 22. We can finally pick up metal to gold to magic. Now he's going to be able to cast even more spells in combat, and whenever he's home, he'll be able to raise the local income in that region. Now Jean Feurenberg has a full army. It's time for him and Captain Edward to move over here to, well, Marienburg. They declared war on us, meaning that we have a good opportunity to grow in power. Marienburg and Reichland together took on Bretonnia, and my god, they're nearly done for. If we could get the Emperor to go attack the Wood Elves, I mean, that would be ideal. One Wood Elf faction declared war on me. Well, they declared war on Clan Angra, and I chose to join in. But maybe they'll be too busy fighting other factions. We didn't really get a chance to use Gotrek and Felix, but it won't be the last time we see them. We'll see in time. Maybe we can get them up here in time to help out in a siege battle. 7 turns to go? Yeah, sure, we can probably do that. Oh, look who's nearby. Emil Volkman. Level 15. Wow. He's got a big army. We'll be getting more advanced units for Jean later whenever I have more money. I don't have more money just yet. And in 1 turn, we'll be ready to go potentially find a quest battle for Gelt. Again, we're trying to pick up all of his magical equipment. It just takes a bit of time. But I bet Marienburg will come to attack us. Thankfully, we can fight in the land of Reichland, right by the Ubersreich. Jean Feurenberg II is currently outmatched. We shouldn't be able to win a battle like the one we're dealing with currently. Let's have a look at what they have. They're highly trained. They have a very powerful, experienced war. Jean Feurenberg is a new upstart who's taken control of Wissenland. Here's a chance for him to prove the worth that he has for that title that has been given to him. You can see how many units they have. Knights, we're looking at handgunners, a lot of handgunners, war wagons, we can't really reach them. And again, that very experienced commander of theirs. He's flying into combat. It's about time to bring him down. They have war wagons too. He's being hit by that cannon. Their artillery's hitting us too. We only have so much range with our own artillery. If we had more range, then maybe we would have a chance, but we actually are outranged. Here comes their leader. What's going to happen to him? He's been hit by a cannon and he's been killed. It's over for their leader. We still have more to fight through. Over here on the left flank, we're looking at a group of Empire Knights being countered by our halberds. Though they do have Outriders. We know how good Outriders are because we have Outriders too. On the right flank, we just have units charging in everywhere. They have their Empire Captain Siegfried still here, so their men are going to hold. Unfortunately, our Silver Bullets are being held back by Outriders. There's 2 groups of them on the right flank. In the middle, we can only send in our Free Company men. They're very effective at flanking, but here, they don't have a chance to flank. They've got to keep these guys moving. The men of Edward Vanderkrouw are going to be quite a challenge. Those war wagons will deliver some punishing attacks. We got rid of one using our cannon. Hopefully we'll get rid of more of them. One day we'll need our own war wagons. I'm not sure what the final army of Jean will look like. We will certainly have a steam tank in his army. All of our units are now charging in. You can see how messy the battle is. We've got some halberds on the left flank. We're still fighting that group of knights. Our artillery is working very hard to try to eliminate their range units. Jean is over here fighting, taking out a few of their infantrymen. That Empire captain, did he defeat him already? Good work, Jean. But Jean is over here now, helping out his men who are currently being hit by more mortar shells. Evidently, Jean is a very large man. How many kills are we looking at, Jean? 24. So now, again, we have another charge hitting this group of Free Company militiamen who are okay in melee, and of course they can shoot like that. So let's have a look again because it's such a crazy battle. We have one group of spearmen close by. They're meant to just kind of hold the line while my silver bullets attack them. If you look over here on the left flank, these Empire Knights are finally beginning to waver just a little bit, or they're about to. We have some more halberds chasing after outriders. We have one group over here chasing after a group of handgunners, 90 of them. They have 10 kills. Our Free Company militiamen are still trying to attack and get rid of these handgunners. We have shot a few of them, so a few more have died. You can see how colorful their outfits are. They're still being shot at. They're still winning. But those artillery attacks may have helped. Over here is Captain Edward Weber. He's charging in now, here to help out. He took a lot of damage by that cannon that hit us. Over here's a group of Free Company that's being wiped out. Over in the woods, again, we're just trying to meet every single ranged unit they have. We have no choice. So we will certainly need outriders or other units. I'll need more time. Oh, here's their leader. And now, Jean is dueling him. It's time for these two to fight. I can't believe we managed to get rid of that nearly level 20 leader of theirs. Jean is only rank 2 right now. He's not at a very high rank. He's relatively inexperienced. But Gelt saw great promise in him. Those two are continuing to fight. And while they're fighting, you could see that we're just trying to hit their artillery and handgunners close by. Again, that's all that you really need to know tactically about what I'm doing. It's a all-in rush. It's a gambit that I've got to really commit to. That captain is nearly gone. Jean has done a lot to him to weaken him. He's at 423 health. He's very tired and shaken. So he's about to be cut down. And over here we have more handgunners shooting at these Free Company militiamen. There's only one man left over there. We've already hit many of their other handgunner groups. They've got some who are coming back now. We'll just have to go hit them too. Now that captain is moving away. It looks like we've won the battle, barely, with great losses. If you ever believe that my battles are easy, that's not true. I just try really hard, and I've played a lot. Look at that captain. Looks very tiny in comparison to his mount. Are we going to be able to kill him? And he's dead. The captain fell. Oof, that looks painful. So the battle is won, everyone. Those who remain are about to break. They're being hit by artillery. The war wagons are going away. You can see how few infantrymen that we have left. But we did it. The battle's over. A victory for us, and it wasn't easy either. We're going to need a different army. But we did manage to beat a leader that was near level 20. Jean Marienburg II is only level 2, or now level 3, but we won. We beat them. They had a heavily ranged army, so we had to rush in. We actually lost more men because of it. Okay, we'll take replenishment. We'll come back home and replenish a little bit. 2 enemies killed. Volkman was taken out early on. That was amazing. At the very least, we have weakened them, but we're going to be fighting a great war against Marienburg now. If we can gain their lands, my god, the money that we'll have. It'll be immense. We'll be able to really afford a very nice army. Are you here to fight me? Oh, they want to fight me. There goes a pact. Now I know they want to fight me. Enemy killed in battle, Siegfried. And over here, Emil Volkman.
No.
Your leader, Edward Vanderkrouw. He's still around, but we got rid of his champion. Now, I can get rid of your army and come back home. That, to me, is a pretty good idea. Actually, look at that. The favor is still with all of them. Now, that's incredible. Who are you? A wizard. Gustav von Altdorf. Okay. Well, I've got to find that out, don't I? I mean, I've got to get rid of their army. We've already lost one of our groups of artillery. They're now moving in. We have our Hailstone rocket battery, our great cannon close by, and a group of mortar. Though they still have handgunners, and we've got an open field for them to fight on. That always makes it quite painful, but 2 war wagons are now gone. That's less for us to deal with when it comes to harassment of our lines. Here they come. The many men of Edward van der Kroeg. We're wiping out their entire army. Jean has defended Wissenland. That'll be his goal, to defend his people. With the invasion of Marienburg, they must be defeated. And while we work on other opportunities, Jean will defend Nuln. They'll have to cross through the lands of Reichland. But eventually we'll be up there too. Now their handgunners are attacking. If we look at our own formation, we're spread out because we have to be. They do have a wizard lord as well. He's right over here. Not a very intelligent man, clearly. He's no Gelt. But there he is. Using whatever spells that he has to try to win. We could use some magic ourselves. We're going to need a hero to come join Jean. Jean could use some magic. Our Free Company militiamen are now attacking too, delivering some attacks. That Wizard Lord is using Wind Blast to already destroy what's left of our units. We're bound to lose at least 1 or 2 groups, even though it's such a small army. What's incredible is how the balance of power was not in my favor. I suppose they are considered to be quite strong despite their minimal numbers. They do have more whole groups than I do. I'm not sure what type of army I'll be able to afford for Jean, but we'll do our best to get more. Let's have a look real quick. We're just chasing what's left. And right now it's time for Jean to go after that Wizard Lord. Using his debuff to slow him down is a good call too. Let's have a look over here. The Wissenland Runefang has slowed him down. He's been caught. He's being hit by Jean now. A Celestial Wizard Lord. Still using magic. It's a short battle, but I wanted to show you the end of their reign of terror in our lands. Well, close to our lands. Land adjacent, okay? These Outriders they have 60... Wow, okay, never mind. 70 kills. Now they're at... Oh my god, they completely obliterated my poor halberds. Normally we wouldn't chase them, but I was so busy on that duel over here. It happens, but Jean is heading back home anyway. We're just chasing after that Wizard Lord now. You just wait until Jean becomes a bit more powerful. He's new to his command, and we're still working on his army composition, but it looks like most of them have broken. The Wizard Lord might get away, it doesn't really matter. The Outriders have broken, and we have won. The battle is over. Another costly battle, but we did it again. They have a lot of veterans. We'll take whatever replenishment we can pick up. Now Jean can move back. He's currently rank 4. Now we have a terrifying Mask of E, causing fear and terror. That feels about right for Jean Fierenberg II. Okay, time for you to go back to Nuln. Instead, I'm going to give you a lot of crossbowmen. That would have helped a lot. And I mean a lot. There, my money's up. By the time he gets back, we should be able to afford a few better things. So first, we're going to make him a Grand Commander. We'll need to probably work on not our artillery. We have plenty of damage. We just need more melee defense. There we are. Okay, over here in Nuln, we have a lot going on. Let's pick up a barracks right there. And later, we can go do that quest battle. But for now, Jean has a job. Okay, for you, Captain Edward Weber, I'm going to give you hold the line. You can buff up nearby units. More melee defense and leadership. And we're going to call it here for right now. When we're back, we've got a great war to fight. Hopefully the Wood Elves will want peace and time. But Marienburg is our primary foe. They're pretty far away, but look at how much they've conquered. They've conquered a lot. They have their own little kingdom up here. Reichland has conquered much of Bretonnia. I've never seen that, but they now control Bretonnia. If anything, maybe we can get Reichland to go fight the Wood Elves. Hold on. Torgavon. Ah, you're still there. Okay. I was hoping you weren't. And it looks like Clan Ingrun was able to take Rock Norn. We did most of the fighting, but they took some land. But they've been a pretty steady ally. What we'll do for now, we'll try to eventually confederate with Averland. If I do that, I'll gain a lot of land. Then later we can go fight the vampire counts. But first, I want to go destroy Marienburg. But if we do that, we'll be exposed over here to all of the blasted undead. Sorry, not undead. Norsemen. They're going to be dead. I was being a little bit too presumptuous, but we shall see in time.